Good morning. Welcome to Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Jay Bott. Whoever you are, whoever you love, wherever you are on your life's journey, you are welcome here. We are so happy that you've chosen this sanctuary and time. That you're here is something to celebrate. We extend an especially warm welcome to our visitors. We'll be waiting to chat with you at the welcome desk after the service. Remember, we were all newcomers once, and if you're joining us online, please say hi in the chat. We now invite everyone to rise and greet each other.
Good morning. We have just a few announcements today. First of all, we'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our alto section leader, Ruth Bettner, because today is their final Sunday with us in that position. We're so grateful to you, Ruth, for sharing so much of yourself with us over this past year and for all the beauty that you've brought to this community, so thank you. And a quick note to all parents and caregivers, if you want the inside track on everything planned for our young folks this year, stick around after the service next Sunday, August 30th, for our annual orientation. Parent and caregivers, we will break down our safety procedures, logistics for smooth Sunday mornings, and an exciting creative outlet that we have through the children's choir and the winter pageant. We will also be introducing kindergarten through first grade OWL programs, which is Our Whole Lives, a faith-based sexuality program, as well as launching Rooted, Healthy Conversations About Sexuality, a 5-week seminar for caregivers starting September 2nd about healthy sexuality. And we are calling all of our village heroes together. Our SMUUCh Youth Dungeons and Dragons group needs volunteers for a special interactive finale at the upcoming back-to-school kickoff on September 4th from 6 to 9 p.m. Our brilliant adventurers will face a surprise life-sized whack-a-mole game, followed by a campfire and s'mores. We need a few joyful grown-ups to be whack-a-moles. I'm just kidding. We need a few joyful grown-ups to volunteer to make this an easy time. Set up, support, tend the campfire, and clean up. Whether you're tending the flames or popping under a tablecloth, which I guess some people will be whack-a-moles, she said, we don't know, we'll see. Your presence will make this magic happen. Let Micah or Shannon Jansen know, could you stand in, who is our junior high advisor, to know where you can jump in. All right, whether you are finding our footing in our community as a young family or you have helped build it from day one, your presence makes our village stronger. Childcare is all set, coffee is hot, and we will have snacks and see you next week. And now we want to take a moment to welcome our special guests, Roxie and the Moon King. Jenna and Michael were featured in our Green Guitar concert last evening, and we're so grateful to have you here this morning. If you could rise. And now we have an important announcement from our safety and security team chairperson, the grounded and thoughtful professional, Twyla Preston.
It's better. She asked me if I wanted to use the platform. It's better. Okay, so you all have probably seen me around with my nice little sash on. And some of you might not have known what the sash was about. It's safety and security. And there are a number of us wearing one, and we're scattered throughout the congregation today. And that's because we're going to do a demonstration today about how to get out of this room in case of an emergency. So, if that were to happen, you would be given the information from the person who is assigned to the room during the service. Most of the time, it's been me. I'd love to have somebody else who comes most Sundays and who's willing to sit and watch and see if anything needs attention to volunteer. But right now, that's what we have is me. Okay. You'll also maybe notice if you go down the hallways that we've put some paint on the hallways. The hallway directly behind me that goes by Reverend Rose's office and goes down that hall has a blue stripe on it. That's the blue hall. So in case of an emergency, if we needed you to go down a specific hall like the blue hall, we'd tell you, go down the blue hall, and you'd know. And the one that goes to Children's RE is the orange hall. And if you look there, there's an orange stripe. So you would know how to go down there. Okay. All right. So more than likely, the person that would give you the direction to evacuate would be the person with the sash, or that person incapacitated for some reason. Forrest may do it, or Rev Rose may do it. But it would be someone like that. You know, if you don't recognize a person or they don't have a sash on, don't do what they say, okay? Not that we're all high and mighty, but just, those are the people who would give you the direction to leave. Okay, so we all have walkie-talkies, and we communicate with each other during the Sunday. So the person who's walking the halls has a walkie-talkie. Forrest has one, if there's someone in the office. Shannon down in RE has one. I wear one. I think I already said Forrest. And so we talk among each other when we need to. We don't chat on this. It's just like if there's a necessary thing, we do that. So that's how we would find out that we need to leave this room. Okay. A few things before we do the demonstration. If you have children and they're in RE, and we need to clear this building or this sanctuary, don't go down to the RE rooms. They're going to be gone, okay? Because those folks are going to get the word too that they need to leave the building, and they'll be gone before you get there. So go out the door that you will learn today to go out, walk around the building, and they'll be in the playground happy as clams at high tide, okay? So if you have children, that's the best thing to do. Now, this group of people over here, you're going to go out this door, which you'll figure out later, and down that hall. So if you really, really think you want to go with your children, that's probably where you want to sit. Okay. So right now, there are people on our committee who are stationed throughout this building, or throughout this room. I'm going to give the message, which will be, okay, safety and security team, it's time now to do your thing. And they will get up and leave the room. Your task is to watch these folks. Where are they going? What room do they, what door do they use? That's important because most of us psychologically, if we need to leave a room, we try to go out the same way we came in. If we all try to go out that door at once, not going to work very well. So we've split up the congregation, and so you will find ways to go out that way. Okay. So you're not required to sit where you're sitting today. You could sit wherever. Just pay attention so you know which door to go out based on where you're sitting. And you can always ask one of us. So you guys who are sitting by the stage, you're going to go out that door, and you would take a right and go out the back door to the back parking lot. Those who are sitting in the front half of this middle section and the front half of that section will go out that door and exit to the Circle Drive. Those of you who are sitting in the back half of the middle section And the back part of this section will get up, go out that door, and go out the front door where many of you all came in. Okay? All right. When and if this should happen, somebody may need assistance. So if somebody needs assistance, I would request that you help them, but I can't make you help them, you know? But clearly, if we need to get out of here and someone needs assistance, I ask you to help them. Okay. If you go out the back door, congregate around the playground, okay? Y'all know where the playground is. If you don't, go out the back door and you'll find it, okay? And if you go out the circle door or that front door, there's a labyrinth just across the little side street that's not really the street, and that's where we'll congregate. And so that's the way you can kind of collect and know where people will be. Okay, so safety and security team members, it's time to evacuate calmly, just don't dawdle. Finding us? Okay, so did you kind of see where people from different parts of the congregation went? All right. I trust you were able to see that. Now, you're probably going to have all kinds of questions. Peachy will be out in the fellowship hall afterwards. Come up and talk to us. We would love for you to talk with us. Thanks.
And special thanks to Twyla for keeping us safe. We'll now do our ringing bowl to mark the end of announcements and the start of our time together. I am returning today from 4 weeks of study leave and vacation, and I had such a reflective and transformative time. I'm returning here feeling grateful for all the opportunities I have before me to practice my faith with such a brave and thoughtful group of people. The most peaceful moments of my time were when I went to a huge, deep, black, clear lake near Canada with one of my childhood friends along with her kids, and I had time to sit and read and plan for this coming year, which felt so nice, and I needed to have that time. And I'll tell you that my friend and I, we just laughed and laughed and laughed. Sometimes at the end of the church year, I feel like I've been put through one of those old crank wringer dryers, and there's just not much juice left. But I sponged up the water of the lake and sky and filled my roots, and most importantly, I got to read other people's writing and fill my brain with all their wonderful ideas, and what they wrote has sparked in me, and now I get to share it with you over the coming year. So thank you so much for giving me this time, and in ode to my favorite invention, the book, let us discuss, yes, books. Let us discuss the uses of technology in our faith today. Come, let us worship. You can remain seated as we learn a new hymn this morning. Listen to Ruth and Maddie sing through the chorus once, and then we will all rise and unite our voices together at their invitation.
Come gather round, come join us now, guided in freedom by reason and choice. Come gather round, come join us now, to value each person and hear every voice.
We now invite you to rise as you are willing and able. When I raise my arms up like this, that means you will sing the chorus with us, which is that part we just sang. Me and Ruth will sing the verses. So, long story short, watch when I raise my arms, and that means you guys sing.
Come gather round, come join us now, guided in freedom by reason and choice. Come gather round, come join us now, to value each person and hear every voice. Come ye, pagans and Christians, Hindus and Buddhists, Muslims and Jews, and welcome all non-believers. Join in this colorful bouquet of views. Come gather round, come join us now. Respecting all life, we stand unified. Come enter now this sacred place, where freedom of thought will not be denied. Come ye, rebels and mavericks, questioning views you were long ago taught. Welcome, mystics and skeptics, wanderers, searchers, explorers of thought. Come ye, dreamers and doubters, seekers and searchers of beauty and grace. Come ye, evolving and changing, if you're still growing, you found the right place. Come gather round, come join us now, each guided in freedom by reason and choice. Come gather round, come join us now, to value each person and hear every voice. Hear every voice.
As Amanda and Arjun come up to light the chalice, we will recite together. Let us affirm that love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
I have all the children and youth come forward, please. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello, greetings. Hi. Hi, everybody. What? Hello. Hello, everyone. Hola, Joaquinito. Hi. Hi, everybody. So, today, the grown-ups are going to be talking about technology and inventions. Does anyone have an invention they're particularly fond of? Yes? Writing? Oh, yes. The pen? Incredible, yeah. The iPhone? Mm-hmm. I frown. Yes. Fishing rods. I thought about you. I thought about that because, well, I'll get there in a second. Yes. Air conditioning. Mm-hmm. Water towers. Yeah. Specific types of food. Ooh, I like the way you're thinking. Yes, Roger. Cooking materials? Totally. Yes. Air. Okay, 2 more, yes. Humans, okay, we're getting off track because I don't know that humans were invented. We exist, we evolved. But inventions evolve too, which is interesting. Okay, yes, you haven't gone, yes? Cheese. Can I get an amen? Yes, yes. Huh? All right. Some of those were inventions. So what I want us to think about today, let's take an invention that I have to talk about how every invention has both good things and bad things about it, okay? We're not gonna start with the iPhone because that's where we're eventually gonna end up. Okay, let's start with light bulbs. Can anybody think of how a light bulb helps us? Light, we can see, yes, totally. Can anybody think of what that helps us do? Do stuff, stay up and read. Right, But can anybody think of something that the light bulb does that is not good? Yes? Thermopollution, light pollution, yeah. No power, right, we become dependent on the light bulb, yeah. Yeah, it could hurt your eyes, If there was a tornado, it could cause a fire if we have electricity, yeah?
If it's not done correctly, it creates a higher risk for something burning.
Yeah, it creates a risk. And perhaps also we as humans lose sleep, right? We get disconnected from our circadian rhythm and therefore we become farther from our animal nature. All right, there's one invention that I want to talk to you about today that I think you guys are going to love. Well, first of all, do you guys see my stole? Did you know that I made it? Yeah, I made it on my sewing machine, and yes, I was practicing my pockets. Okay, so there's one technology today that I want to talk about, and that's Band-Aids. Do you guys like to put Band-Aids on? Okay, great. You like to put Band-Aids on. You like to put Band-Aids on. Yes, all right. So none of you are 3 like my daughter, but some of us like to put Band-Aids on. All right. Well, now my plan is ruined because none of you guys like putting Band-Aids on. Does anybody want a Band-Aid? Oh, look. Okay, look, we have different types of Band-Aids. We have one with dog treats and, you want one? Do you want dog treats? Do you want dog paws? Oh, now everybody wants one. Oh, okay. Dog breeds. Okay, dog paws. Okay, you get dog paws. Dog breeds. Okay, who wants, okay, dog treats. Who else wants a Band-Aid? Yeah, what do you want? Okay, who else? What do you want? Dog treats. Okay, who wants dog treats? Raise your hand. Ripley, do you want a dog treat? Okay, you want dog treats. You want dog treats. You want dog treats. Okay, who wants dog footprints? Okay. All right. Oh, everybody wants the Band-Aid. Everybody's too cool for the Band-Aid till you find out that I have printed ones. I believe you did say you didn't like Band-Aids. Do you want a Band-Aid? Okay, and who wants dog breeds? I know, when you take them off, it hurts, but don't think about that right now. Okay. I have so many pockets. Oh, okay, dog breed. Okay, who wants a dog breed? Okay. All right, some of you are double dipping here. Okay, here you go. We could be like Nellie, circa 2002. Here you go, Lucas. Lucas, do you want a Band-Aid? All right. What, yes? Yes? All right. I see how it is. All right. Now, before Band-Aids were invented, do you know what they had to do? Leaves, totally. And some of them were medicinal leaves, which is definitely, maybe they used mushrooms, fabric. Okay, during the Civil War, when a lot of people, flowers, sure, those are all great ideas. During the Civil War, when so many people were injured, there was one woman named Clara Barton. Do you know what she was? What? I'm not going to repeat any of that. She was a nurse, but she was a Universalist, just like you guys. Yeah, she was raised a Universalist. And she had to pack wounds with lint out of the dryer, or the equivalent of the dryer. Yep, and she had to use old tablecloths and sheets. And so then, over the last 100 years, it took thousands of people to invent this Band-Aid. And what's special about the Band-Aid is that it was invented from love. Because the man who invented it is a man named Earl Dixon, who worked for Johnson & Johnson, and he realized that his wife cut herself as she was cooking frequently. And so he thought, I need to help her dress her own wounds. And so out of his love for other people and his desire to care for other people, we have invented these Band-Aids. And Clara Barton, out of her love for other people and her desire to care for people and to stop their suffering, she worked so hard and her work was part of the later invention of the Band-Aids. So, what's special about this Band-Aid now is that it not only keeps blood in, but it keeps contaminants out. Yeah? Like germs. Like fire. There could be fireproof bandages, yeah. It does keep air, yes. Sometimes you actually want to take your Band-Aid off so your wound can breathe. Well, does anybody here feel that they need a Band-Aid? Anybody need a Band-Aid of the soul? No grown-ups here need a Band-Aid? Okay, here we go. Can you guys go hand these Band-Aids out to people with their hands raised? Can you guys go give these Band-Aids to grown-ups who need a little bit of love? ¿Tú puedes dar esta a un adulto que tiene su brazo arriba? Who wants to go hand Band-Aids out? Here we go. No, you may not have any more Band-Aids. Okay, here, you can have another one. Yeah. Okay, uno para Joaquinito. Oh, Lordy. Okay, there's a lot of pockets. Okay, can you go pass these Band-Aid? Can you go give these to somebody who needs a Band-Aid? Okay, you guys who needed a Band-Aid, can you go give this to somebody? Can you go give this to somebody? This can be a little Band-Aid that you keep in your pocket to remember how much we care about you here at SMUUCh. I'll take it. Alrighty. Children, you may go to your classes.
Hello. So most months, we as a community take time to reflect on a theme. This month, the small groups are off, and the theme of today's sermon is about technology, so that's what I'm going to talk about. It's a pretty broad topic, technology, one that is inextricable from the very concept of humanity itself. Now, this implicit assumption that technology is the sole domain of humans is tenuous at best. When Jane Goodall discovered wild chimpanzees making and using tools for the first time, her mentor famously responded, "Now we must redefine tool, redefine man, or accept chimpanzees as human." The oldest stone tools found date back to 3.3 million years ago, which predates Homo erectus for my nerds out there, which is generally accepted as the first human species. That predates them by about 500,000 years. So at least for the entirety of humanity's existence, technology and humanity have been linked together in the archaeological record. For a while, technological advancement was very slow, and our human ancestors would use the same tools basically for hundreds of thousands of years. Clearly, they had not invented capitalism yet, or I don't think we would have made it as far as we have. When the Ice Age ended, we hit the Neolithic Revolution, and the pace of our technological advancement sped up exponentially. Like any revolution, this did not happen without cost, and so we began our inexorable march of progress to our current state of teetering on the edge of a number of technology-fueled dystopias. We got to worry about the rogue AIs escaping their sandboxes. I'll tell you, if they ever do get out, we are done for. Forget about the Terminator or the Matrix. I don't think it would be that hard for them. I consider myself to be a fairly intelligent person, but a few weeks ago, I got catfished by an AI. And they can make voice calls now, apparently. It knew exactly what to show and tell me in order to hack the logic center of my brain, at least temporarily. We gotta figure out how to raise our kids in this brave new world. I don't know if that means we horrify them with stories about the Wild West days of AOL Instant Messenger. Some of y'all were getting wild out there, I know. Or do we go the other direction and say, back in our day, the internet used to actually work. You could search for things and find what you were looking for and not have to wade through a bunch of AI slop. We got a lot of technological minefields that we've got to navigate as people and as families and as a society. Companies like Flock are building forms of mass surveillance unlike any seen before in American life. And right here in Lenexa, police used automated license plate reader technology to pursue a man for writing an op-ed that was critical of local ICE operations and the role of Lenexa police in them. And yet, advancements in technology do have the potential to transform societies, and not just those that require billions of dollars of investments. The military-industrial complex is one example of this, where we've seen the snake eating its own tail. In the Ukraine and Iran, cheap drones are being used to great effect against militaries designed to fight yesterday's wars and maximize shareholder value. One of the most fascinating technologies that I've heard about and was thinking about as I was writing this is Terra Preta, or Amazonian dark earth. It was made thousands of years ago by adding a mixture of charcoal, bones, broken pottery, compost, and manure to the low fertility Amazonian soil. So the charcoal is stable and it remains in the soil for thousands of years, binding and retaining minerals and nutrients, greatly increasing the fertility of the soil. Recent LiDAR scans of the Amazon basin are proving correct centuries-old theories of large population centers in the rainforest, currently estimated to be as many as 10 million people at their peak. So the Amazon that we think of as this untouched natural forest was actually managed by indigenous populations over millennia by modifying the soil and selecting and cultivating various species of plants. These people didn't leave us with any monuments. All that remains as a testament to their existence is the dirt itself. If our civilization was to disappear with all of our modern technology, ask yourself, what do you think would remain as evidence of our existence after a millennium? answers may surprise you. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for having us back. We're really happy to be here and be a part of this. Again, we're called Roxie and the Moon King. My name's Jenna. And this is Mike.
Michael.
Yeah, we were here last night, and we're super thankful to be back, so thank you.
So we're going to sing a few songs tonight. I think this first one you all will know. We deliberated a lot on kind of what to play today, and this song, it's really special. It always reminds me of my grandparents, and usually when we come through town, we play it at their kind of retirement community, and this song we're going to play, she always gets up and sings it with us. So if you know it, sing along. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I bowed my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away.
I've always loved you and made you happy, and nothing else could come between. Oh, now you let me to love another. You have made all of my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. So please don't take my sunshine away.
Come to this place to see and be seen, to teach and be taught, to hear and be heard. I invite you to reach over and nudge the person sitting next to you, reminding them and yourself that we are gathered here in peace and in authenticity and in intention. We also come to this place to share our joys and sorrows. If you have a rare joy or a profound sorrow, please come forward and share in 2 to 3 sentences and light a candle. Let us take a moment to come more fully into this space, perhaps putting your feet flat on the floor, taking a deep breath, closing your eyes if you feel comfortable. Taking a moment to experience any places of peace that you have in your body, noticing spaces that don't hurt, that don't feel anxious. Breathing into those spots in gratitude and love for all that works to keep us healthy and living these holy lives we lead. As we sit in silence for one more moment, I invite you to think of your own bravery. The things you've had to do that are brave, the bravery you know you will need to summon. Letting the corners of your lips turn up in gratitude for a community of people who care and love you. Please remain seated as we listen to our musical interlude.
Out here on this dreamboat, I wonder when we're going home. And everywhere we go, it's the rodeo. It's that fight, shame, drives you insane. But hold on now, 'cause we still got time, honey. It's 4 a.m. and we're laughing in a gas station, calling my name. It's the sweetest thing. Holding up a t-shirt says God loves weirdos. Dang, I'm still in love with you. And out here in this strange world, I'm right where all my dreams were. Everywhere we go, it's the rodeo. The world looks insane as it circles the drain. But hold on now, 'cause we still got time, honey. It's 4 a.m. and we're laughing in the gas station, calling my name. It's the sweetest thing. Holding up a t-shirt says God loves weirdos. Dang, I'm still in love with you.
Our reading today is a classic by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and perhaps having the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Before I begin, I'm going to invite you to turn your cell phones off. That's right. It has come to my attention that some people perceive Unitarian Universalism to be a New Age religion. But indeed, nothing could be farther from the truth. We are firmly rooted in the great arcing tree that makes up the world's three religions of the book: Islam, Judaism, and in Christianity. And in some ways, we are actually more similar to Islam and Judaism because we do not affirm the Trinity. Rather, we allow there to be a divine oneness of which we radically are all a part. We affirm that there is something beyond us as individuals that calls us to surrender and quench our thirst in that which is beyond the limits of our sight. But something we do share with many Christian denominations is that we affirm human reason as part of Revelation's unfolding. That we get to participate in figuring out how to live lives of faith in honor of this great interdependent web of which we are all a part. And we do not do this alone as Unitarian Universalists. This is something called congregational polity. And it means that we use a democratic process to make decisions. This is baked into the great American experiment and into American denominations, not just UUs, but also Congregationalists, Baptists, and the Amish. Because we believe in the use of reason, we therefore believe that Revelation is not sealed by God, but rather is more of a type of process theology that is unfolding around us and is interpretable and mulled over by living people. Now, these very distinct religious sects, which I mentioned, Baptists, Congregationalists, Amish, and us, and a few others, we all do something that is very special and crucial in the life of faith, which is to hold congregational meetings. Because it is in our beloved community that our faith comes to life. It is in each unfolding moment that we are invited to live on that electric edge of our power to do brave things together. But here's what's really brave about people of faith to me. It's that oftentimes the thing that our reason calls us to do, the thing that we decide to do together according to our faith, is not always popular. It may be that at times we are called to take the road less traveled by. And the group that I think demonstrates how to do this so beautifully is the Amish, because they have really resisted what is popular. And namely, they've chosen to hone in on resistance to technology that is popular. For they do not, as one might think, have hard and fast rules that they will not use any technology after a certain date, but rather they get together to discuss new technologies, and each community decides individually whether or not to adopt them. And the Amish, like us, therefore, operate through congregational sovereignty, different than congregational polity. Congregational sovereignty means that each community gets to use their own reasoning to drive the living tradition of their faith. Therefore, we do not have bishops or a pope that makes decisions. We make the decisions of what Unitarian Universalism is to us at SMUUCh, and we get to do that. Meaning that one Amish community may opt into one technology while one might opt out. Like the zipper. Some Amish people use zippers, and some don't. I know this because I listened to a podcast about it called Articles of Interest by Avery Treffelman, which was generally about the history of the zipper, which, as a side note, was first called the hookless hooker. But I digress. As part of the podcast, she explained to us listeners the way that the Amish people made the decision about whether or not to adopt the zipper. And this is what fascinated me so. They held a congregational meeting, a good old-fashioned democratic process where the group weighed the pros and cons of the zipper as it related to the family. Because that's the most important value to the Amish, to their faith, the preservation of the family. In this way, they're very strategic in their choices. They're missional. Their values are so clear and privileged in every decision they're making. So it's through the lens of the family that they viewed the zipper. They asked themselves, what would be lost to our families if we had zippers? One group on the East Coast decided that time spent sewing buttons at the table together as a family would keep them from adopting the zipper. Not to mention that if the zipper goes, so does the whole garment. Therefore, Amish people aren't Luddites, as we've been led to believe, but rather just very clear on their values. For example, in some groups where cars are disallowed, e-bikes are welcome because you really can't go that far and would be less likely to miss dinner. This is a revolutionary idea in our day and age because I, and perhaps you too, do feel victim to technological advances. I feel like I have to have a smartphone in order to be relevant or to be popular. So first, I liked hearing about the Amish process because it reminded me that we get to choose to exit this technology train we're on. But secondly, what was so beautiful about this to me was to hear about a religious community that could be so exacting in their mission. It reminded me of the things that we've done as a congregation that have been so strategic and brave according to our faith, and things that have not been popular. We as a congregation have done things that we knew we had to do, that we were called to do, that were not popular. And I'm very, very, very proud of us. And I know you all are too. It inspired me to think we might continue to decide together how we could be in a world, even if it isn't popular, because that might make all the difference. It made a big difference to me recently when I decided while on study leave that I was tired of looking up words on my phone. I find it to be a closed off and limited experience. And my cell phone is especially limiting when I want it to translate things into Spanish. For example, I can ask my cell phone how to say lighthouse, and it's going to tell me Casa de Luz. Like there's not a word in all of the coast of Central and South America and Spain for lighthouse. It's El Faro, by the way. But the technology of my phone is missing something very important to language, which is context. And this is precisely what the Amish are situating every new technology in. Every technology that comes out, they see it in a wider context, and I admire them for that. And so I started noticing my experience of Googling Spanish questions versus using this baby. This is my Oxford Spanish-English dictionary, and the first thing I want to tell you about it is how pleasurable it is to use. The feeling of the pages, the weight of the book, the time it takes. It's a joy within each word. As I flip through the alphabetical order, I find my eyes resting on random, interesting words. Not to mention that I'm always just a little pleased with myself at my prowess of the alphabetical order. But either way, it's like a puzzle to my mind. And I get more and more excited to find my words as I search. And then when I find them, it lists a lot of different uses for them, which I do not get on Google. When I use my phone, I feel a deadening of language. And when I use this ancient technology of bound leaves of pressed pulp, it feels like the word has blossomed for me. And I value my experience of learning. And I value language, and I value communication, and I value the amount of pleasure I get out of the tools I use. So let's see, I have some words here that have to do with the spiritual experience that I'd like to look up and share with you. First we have sosiego. It's the calm that arises in the dark of the night. And then we have entrañable. I bookmarked these because I didn't want to do the alphabet under pressure. It's someone or something who you love so deeply that it becomes a part of who you are. And now we have fulgor. Fulgor is a brilliant burst of light, perhaps that has gone unnoticed. Desvelo. Desvelo are those hours of not being able to sleep because something is so important to you. And lastly, we have dicha. Dicha is a feeling of happiness so strong it feels like a blessing. And now I wonder, I know we're a little bit over time, but does anybody have a word they'd like me to look up in this dictionary that has to do with spirituality? Reverence. veneración, reverencia. You can say tener veneración, to give reverence to something. What about blessing? Look at me go. Blessing. Bendición. A blessing in disguise. No llores, puede que todo sea para bien. No llores, mira que no hay mal que por bien no venga. To be a mixed blessing, tener sus pros y sus contras. Count your blessings, deberías dar gracias por lo que tienes. Any last one? Grace. Oh, that's a good one. We could goshawk, Greece, grace. Gracia, garbo, elegancia, armonía. In good graces, con la conciencia tranquila. By the grace of God, gracias a Dios. To be in a state of grace, estar en estado de gracia. Adornar. Thank you for doing that with me. I seriously wonder whether or not the technology of the smartphone is making us dumber. It's robbing us of some of our precious human experiences. And I feel that if we do not make deliberate collective choices around technology, we might find ourselves with less and less agency over our decision making. Indeed, in his Magnifica Humanitas, Pope Leo XIV appealed to the people to remain human, following a courageous mentality of shared responsibility and communion, so that the world will come to recognize the human heart as the place where God's desires do dwell. As Universalists, the question of what does it mean to remain human might indeed be a question through which we are guided as we make choices that are brave and unpopular, but ultimately enlightening to a world that is in so many ways eager to forsake that which is human for that which is convenient. Pope Leo said that technology is never neutral because it takes on the characteristics of those who devise, finance, regulate, and use it. So today I leave you with an invitation to think deeply on the subject, first, of what you value most and how your technology supports that or works against it. Amidst all of these technologies that are new age, let us root down into some of our ancient traditions and wisdoms of the world's religions, which do hold our deepest values in their best selves. And remember that just because it's popular right now, doesn't mean it's something that we want or something that we have to do. It may be that taking the road less traveled by could make all the difference.
The work of the church depends on us, our generosity of time, wisdom, and financial resources. We invite you to give generously to support the ongoing work of the church. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared values. And we welcome Roxie and the Moon King up.
You are a river, you are a stream, you are a mountain above everything. When I flow in your ocean, I dive in the deep. I'll swim to your tide until I'm pulled beneath. Now I see the willow trees, why they were always weeping for me. And now I could fall 1,000 times and still wake up to those same dark eyes. You call it nonsense, I call it kismet, my willow and stream. Make me a river, make me a stream, make me an ocean that's rippling. And when we fall like our fathers, and our wounds start to bleed, I'll bathe in your soil, let you wash me clean. And now I see the willow trees, why they were always weeping for me. Now I could fall 1,000 times and still wake up to those same dark eyes. You call it nonsense, I call it kismet, my river and stream. You are the river, and you are the stream. If I ever float on, just call out for me. And crawl to the water and crawl through the dirt. I'll find you beyond our bed in the earth. Oh, I'll find you beyond our bed in the earth.
As we extinguish the chalice, let us affirm that we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please rise as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, Winds Be Still.
Winds be shine in, illuminate our inward view, help us to see with clarity. Shine bright and true, so we may join our songs and new sounds that become full symphony.
This week, may you find the bravery to do that which you know you must do for your own spirit and faith, even though it is unpopular. Go in peace.